Can we please stop saying that everything that we even mildly disagree with is toxic? I didn't want to do another one of these daily shorts about the Snyder Cut and the fans and the toxicity. I really didn't. But an article from the sewer of garbage tier journalism, The Independent, written by someone who looks like if he was married, he'd probably buy his wife's boyfriend Nikes and cook him dinner after he finished filming their latest Bang Bros upload and wept softly in the corner. These are the types of people who decree that even the most mild opposition to anything that mainstream Hollywood forces upon pre-existing fan bases is toxic. These are the fans who are accustomed to being entertained, not lectured by elitist, do as I say, not as I do Hollywood weirdos who are basically Botoxed parrots with only a minute amount of cognitive reasoning. After all, their skill set is memorize and repeat. My 5-year-old is smarter than that. That being said, the innate need by the access media to label all the traditional fans toxic is gaslighting to the highest degree. The access media are the barking dog at the end of Hollywood's leash, and every time one of these studios rattles their chain, the fans get attacked. Now, I'm not talking about fans calling for death to Adam Driver's wife so he can be with Daisy Ridley, even though they're simply adult pretenders in a movie. No, that would be another fan base. Yes, I'm speaking of the contingent of unhinged future cat ladies with the term Raylo in their Twitter bios, who incessantly fetishize a relationship between two fictional characters to the point where if anyone opposes it, these mentally unstable plebeians lash out and call the people who find Disney Star Wars, their business practices in general, firing Gina Carano unfairly, yet allowing Pedro Pascal to vilify 75 million Americans. But the Raylos want toxic fans as well as YouTube commentators deplatformed completely from social media. Just ask the mental midgets at Rewriting Ripley about that. But those aren't the toxic fans this garbage tier journalist is speaking of. No. He means the real toxic fans. Fans who don't want to see their favorite properties ruined by people like J.J. Abrams and his bad robot bunch of malfunctioning morons. Can you imagine how bad the coverage is going to be when the new and improved diverse Superman by renowned racist Ta-Nehisi Coates hits theaters? I can see it now.
Are you one of the fans who clamors for Cavill as Superman? Are you one of the many racist bigot incel neckbeard man babies who didn't want a black Superman? Well, we have bad news for you, because we're going to take your suggestions and call you a toxic piece of bigoted trash for not accepting that our vision fits neatly into our predetermined narrative that we use to gaslight our fans into thinking they're the problem.
Therein lies the problem with projecting, which is the case by the mainstream media onto the Snyder fans. Because the light is usually shined back onto the real root of the problem. In this case, this is how it goes. Toxic creators feeding a toxic access media a narrative which is then pumped out onto Twitter, which is actually used by 4% of Americans for the purpose of riling up the pronouns in the bio crowd who start tweeting that if you oppose X, then you are a, insert isterphobe here. That sounds like the very definition of toxicity. Gaslighting paying customers to further a false narrative, all in the name of performative virtue signaling? But then again, what do I know?